Okay, I'll call the meeting to order at 5:35. Roll call. Nicole, have you? Says roll call.
Oh,
You've written down who's.
oh, that's just a generic thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I have, yes.
It's making sure we know who's here.
Oh, Nicole Hansen's there too. Fabulous.
She is
I
fantastic.
looked at the screen. Okay.
Hi, sorry I was late.
No, we just started, so that's good. So we've got Steve Pennington, Nicole Hansen, Bijou Miller, Donna Cronk. And then we have a guest tonight, Paul.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the script.
Oh, yeah.
I had found it. Like, oh, I bet you Steve.
Silent observer, not a disruptor.
Yeah, so do you have public comment?
I don't.
No. All right,
Welcome.
well, as you're,
The disruptor.
it seems like you're the only person available to provide public comment.
Would you like? the public just ask?
So,
I can.
right, so we have to.
Do you have some, Paul?
I'll just say I'm Paul Swem, resident, co-chair or not co-chair, vice chair, they call it now, of the Parks and Events Commission. Been on that for a decade, but I'm here on my own accord, just as a silent observer, just, you know, checking other things out. So,
Welcome, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, minutes from last month. I did have a correction. I do believe Sarah was in last month's meeting. And not in this month's, but it was in last month's. Were there,
It's a hot, tonight's agenda is just a big old mess. I apologize. I didn't see I wrote the minutes from too.
but other than that, does
So,
anybody have?
I didn't have Sarah down and I was just looking at my minutes. I had checked it.
Sarah wasn't attend, she didn't attend last meeting.
I had a check mark on people that attended and a line out, this is why we should do roll call, and a line out, on people that weren't there, but nothing on her name. Go figure.
No, she wasn't.
I would have sworn we talked to her.
We talked
Maybe
to
that was
her.
a
It
different.
was the meeting before, and then she wasn't in the last meeting.
Oh,
And
Kind of
then,
jives with my notes.
yeah,
Oh,
and the
okay.
meeting before, that was the
she's
one.
been here for 2 meetings? That can't possibly be.
No, she's been here for one.
No, but she's been on the board and there's been 2 meetings, and enough for her to be the one and miss one?
Correct,
She's
this
missed
would be
one.
her third.
Okay, crazy, okay, time, okay, then that's my mistake. I will accept a motion to accept last month's meetings, the meeting minutes. Anyone wanna make a motion?
I motion to accept last meeting's minutes.
Thank you, Nicole.
Is there a second?
Sure, I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
I,
Any opposed? I think we ran out of people that can oppose, unless you was really against it. Okay, awesome, new business. Nicole,
Yeah.
artist pole banner.
Yeah, so we talked about this at the last meeting and everybody emailed me. And I should have typed this out. I apologize. I found my notes today. So the votes were in,
We voted?
well, not voted, everyone suggested a theme.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you can do it here if you would like. So we had 2 for the falls, 4 for elk, 2 for trails recreation, 2 for trains, 1 for historic Snoqualmie, 1 for dogs, and 1 for trees. Yes, yeah.
Zebra.
Oh, yes.
Just saying.
Well, then North Bend take care of that one.
I was thinking the next window should have a zebra in it. Next elk window.
That has been,
Have a
yeah,
little zebra.
that was
And a-
formally requested,
Peeking from around a tree.
yeah.
So if I go by the votes, but Donna, if you'd like to throw some stuff out, you
No,
can.
those sound fine.
There were 4 votes for elk.
I feel like that's too narrow.
Okay, we could do,
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I love the elk, quite frankly, but.
There's,
but how would we get some variety?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mix it
I
up.
feel like it's a little narrow, whereas maybe it's historic Snoqualmie Valley, and then you have elk, and then you have rivers, and you have bridges, and you have.
Yeah.
Or wildlife of the valley,
Yeah, wildlife is nice, cause then we
we have,
don't have salmon.
not
I
above
was
the
going through
falls.
the old pull banner files just
Yeah.
before this meeting and deleting some old ones, yes.
Um,
So the headline could be historic Snoqualmie,
Or wildlife is
and
really nice
then-
too.
a suggestion could be, elk, maybe trails, recreation.
Railroad.
To trains.
Recreation, Snoqualmie Valley Recreation.
Yeah.
is
And kind of see what happens.
And that's a great one for the tourist district, right,
Yeah,
to have that.
So that's, yeah, I love elk, but I think it's too narrow.
I
I
think
think we
you're
should
right.
have a broader for our artists to be able to.
Like,
wouldn't it be nice
like
if we got
elk,
covered
cougar,
different ones?
bear, eagle, or something like that.
How do you guys feel about asking about the falls? That's sometimes, do we stray away from it? Do we acknowledge it? It's there? When I say stray away, it's because there's others that wish we didn't acknowledge it as ours, but, it's.
I think it's narrow again. I'm going back to, I would rather have a broader. Call to our artists so we can get some variety for the polls, that's.
Okay,
You can put the city logo on everyone if you wanted, then you'll have the falls on everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. See, there you go, yeah, 2 ways.
so I kind of backed up the schedule and ideally, if we could get these ones up between Labor Day and November, which means production like July through August. So I would put out a bill for artists like May 20th through June 20th, give it a month. And then get the results in, and then at the Arts Commission in July 8th, let you guys review what we've got and vote. So we'd have to be diligent, or you guys have to be diligent that night to come to an agreement. It's not something we're gonna meander on for 2-3 meetings.
I'm pretty
Like the
sure
last time we picked these polls.
we can be great with a deadline.
So what's the theme then? What are we?
So I think if, I could write it in such a way that, I could offer suggestions even, oh, Kat, yeah.
What about an artist's interpretation of Snoqualmie Valley or something? And let them, because you're usually more passionate about the things, or you're usually more creative about the things you're passionate about, maybe.
And I feel like we're not gonna get cohesiveness then when we get to having to select 4 or 5.
Okay.
You may end up with a lack of cohesiveness. Cause are we just picking one artist or are we just picking? Here are the 3 that,
I mean,
or 4
so the,
banners we
so the
like, but
idea.
they could be multiple.
The idea would be they'd be digital art, so that too would be different compared to what we've done before with the plein air. So we could offer something generic, or we could offer some suggestions of some things to include. I know what you're saying, you don't wanna narrow it down so that they hyper focus on one thing, you kind of want
Yeah.
broad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Those are just my thoughts.
the plan of record, then you're gonna take these, form them up into a thing for a call to artists and we'll get going on that. With a goal towards getting them up by the end of summer. You said Labor Day for the end of summer.
Yeah,
So I guess I go back to my question, what is the call to artists
if
theme?
you guys want to write it out, if we can scribe it now, I'm happy to do that, I don't wanna use use my words for. I think there's been a lot of things, artist interpretation, historic valley, specifics.
I like recreation in Snoqualmie Valley. That seems a little bit different than some of the other things we've done.
I think so too.
How many themes are we gonna land on? Do you
Well,
think?
there'll be usually we do these in 4s, we have 4 different.
Four
ones.
banners.
4 banners.
So
Are
one
you-
theme.
Are you just gonna do one set, like one theme, or are you gonna do a
I
couple
mean, I
sets?
think it's gonna be what we get, like, let's say someone does an elk, someone does a train, someone does the valley, a river, and someone does a bridge, there's no harm, no foul in putting that
I
up.
guess I'm trying to understand then, what is our call to the artist, just do whatever you want, or is our call to artists of, we're looking for artwork for our next reiteration of polls. Please submit with the theme of Snoqualmie Valley Recreation, here's some ideas. Fly fishing, hiking, so on, and then they would submit under the theme. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
or-
or you could, someone like said, historic Snoqualmie, if people could, or
Well-
downtown Snoqualmie, people could feel like that's falls, that's the Tokel, that's the Tokel Bridge, it's the river.
So you're saying that we
Meadow
could
Brook.
end up with a mixture of,
We could end up with a
themes.
mixture. Which is similar to what the poetry ones that we have up right now, even though that was generated, like the commission kind of chose the different pictures and the poetry. Like Donna was saying, there was the designer put forth salmon, that doesn't acknowledge us as a Snoqualmie. So we took that off, and then there was one with rock climbing, and we're like, we really don't have rock climbing, so we kind of did some of this sort of recreation thing, but.
Yeah, and I think the theme on that was more the poetry, because I remember that particular one, the art commission individuals came to the table with these were some lines. And then we just matched stock art to it.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for, stock
It
art.
wasn't that
Correct.
an artist submitted, here's
Yes.
some salmon.
You were right, thank you.
So the theme was the more the words than the art, the images, I think, but then nobody could read it because it was really little.
Yeah, that'd be right.
So I'm thinking maybe if we're gonna go through the effort of doing a call to artist or whatever, let's pick 2 themes and make 2 sets of banners, have the stuff we need, at least the ideas or whatever, to make 2 sets of banners. So we're set for a pretty good chunk of down the road, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so they're like, let's do one that's historic and one that's recreate. Something like that, like let's pick 2 and put that out as
And maybe it's not historic Snoqualmie, maybe it's a little bit more specific, but open for them to, maybe it's historic downtown Snoqualmie. That way you're not getting just more of the building.
the way back of the
Yeah.
bridge.
So that's why I'm like, I think we wanna try and have the banners to be a bit cohesive in
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah.
we could also ask each artist to submit 4 different ones. So
That would be fair.
so then that way it's not jumbled, it's a style.
Or probably worded as like up to 4 different ones, something like that. And
But I-
if they only have one inspiration, I don't wanna say no to them off the bat, because I think there's a good chance that we can make something cohesive. But that should be something we can accomplish, but anybody feel strongly about the 2 themes? So we had a vote for recreate and we had a vote, so. The historic does feel a little bit generic. I like the wildlife idea.
I think I like wildlife and recreation. I think that is,
Those are my 2 favorites.
I like
What do you think?
Snoqualmie
Well,
Valley.
that's actually the
Easy.
votes that came in, or the theme,
Yeah.
historic downtown was only one suggestion.
Okay,
I like, Snoqualmie Valley, recreation and wildlife, I mean.
well, city of Snoqualmie, again. Nicole, yell at us later.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would not be. What's the word I'm looking for? Polite to do something with Mount Si, because that's kind of there, although if it was the river here looking towards it, that might be doable if it's off in the background, but to have something that's Mount Si, that's kind of North Bend's
But
claim
I
to
think,
fame.
we should be able to have something.
Or if it was the elk with Mount Si in the background. sure.
And then why don't we say those 2 themes, and then let's send that off to the communications team to write a blurb, and then
Okay.
you can just let us know. Like, that's probably the smartest.
Mhm.
As opposed to us spending time writing something and then
Yeah.
having them just change it anyway.
Okay. All right. Something new for you guys.
Does that have what you need for the?
Yep,
is that-
it does.
for full line?
Nope. Something.
Next up on the agenda is Art Off the Rails. That is me. So we are trailing a little bit behind North Bend. I've been working with the finance department here in Snoqualmie to get clarity on kind of what the expectations are around what is a vendor, right? Vendors versus merchants versus, artists versus whatever. And so we came to agreement, but we came to disagreement, but I'm working my way around it. We've had to cancel some of the ideas because it wouldn't work in the city's financial model. But I do have some follow-ups with you, Nicole, but we'll do that. We'll do that at sometime this week. Maybe you can give me access to the boxes over in the library sometime this week.
Oh, is there supplies over there?
There's a
Okay.
couple crates of stuff that Michelle has left for me. And And then, so we are on track for June 15th. There is a website, artofftherails.art, that will be published. That'll be in your guys' inbox late tonight, very early tomorrow. But that, so that we have a landing page that is, that has links to all of the 3 major entities: Historic Downtown Snoqualmie, North Bend Arts and Industries, and North Bend Art and Industry, stop pluralizing it, Steve, and then the Railroad Museum. And then it has the signups and volunteer links and all that, the volunteer signups for both North Bend and Snoqualmie went live today as well. So so there'll be a big push now for the next few weeks to get that up and going.
Are you handling the graphics in that, or are they? Because we haven't used any graphics here internally to do like save the dates or anything on e-news or press.
Yeah, I'll send you,
Okay.
I'll send out an announcement broadly, and then I'll send you a specific list of things. We still have some misprints on the city page we have to correct as well. That's on, I keep telling you about it, but I haven't actually done the steps to get it corrected, so.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions for Art Off the Rails?
Well, I've got this special event permit routing, and then I realized last year, I think we had a staff person working, so I'm gonna put a call out for a staff person to work that event as well.
Yeah, we had Ken there
Yep,
yesterday.
so I'll put the
Last-
note.
last year, yeah.
The Parks Department was asking about if you felt like there was a need for extra Santa cans. Are the railroad bathrooms enough? I was just thinking with having the ice cream bathrooms gone, I understand those were quite used by the public.
That is an excellent question. Let me
I mean, I
let
think
me
that,
follow up real quick on that, and see what, let me see what capacity has looked like because I can just ask the Railroad Museum how busy they are for on those weekends.
okay. Cool. All right.
You have a lot of artists signed up?
We have a few, but we haven't put out the full release for the signups yet, because we didn't want to sign people up under false pretenses until we came to agreement. What the paperwork they were gonna have to do for this. Cool, all right, plan air paint out.
Think we're on target?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're on target. I sent the graphics that we created out to the organizations we used last year, and I cast a wider net and sent them all the way out to organizations in Southwest Washington as well. A number of those organizations responded and said they would post them. So I think we have it in a lot of places. It feels like I probably did that about a month or 2 ago, but I know I missed the last meeting. So we did that. And Nicole, do we have anyone signed up yet?
I think we have 2 people signed up. Which, I mean, I don't think that's a horrible thing, just because it's,
We're just trying to get the word out. I
Yeah.
saw the community update
press
and
release.
things like
Mhm.
that. So I wonder, can we get another one when we get to beginning of June?
Yeah,
Send
it's also gonna be in the, it's either the June, I think it's the July, utility stepper.
Okay,
So that goes to about 3,000 homes, so that's the 1st of July, so that would be an
Okay.
additional thing
so
there.
that'll go out then
Mhm.
too. Okay.
Yeah, I think we get a lot of signups about a month out. So I think we're on track so far. Not set up.
And things.
Mhm.
And then we were going to Nicole Hanson, not the other Nicole, sorry. I think we were gonna send out to the former participants the info.
And I did that,
Oh, you sent them the info? I thought it was to save the date.
oh, you're right, I did the save the date, yes, I did the save the date to the people.
Okay, so can we do a follow-up to them
Mhm.
with the info?
Mhm. Yeah, I had 2 people, I thought one of them was you, but it's not, it's Gabriella, someone named Gabrielle and someone named Ashley. I'll save their last names for their privacy on this recorded meeting.
I have question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So where is Snoqualmie River Bridge?
the Meadowbrook Bridge.
Well, the one of them is called Snoqualmie River Bridge
Oh,
or something?
so that often people don't, that's the one, it's the Snoqualmie River, I'm pointing as if you're in the room. It is the bridge
On the way to the
on the way to the falls, around the Tokel roundabout on the way to the falls. If you were gonna go to
Oh,
Fall
okay.
City,
Oh, so that's that one.
it's that
Okay.
one. Mhm.
Yeah.
So where people gonna paint on that one? I mean, that's
They'll
a profit.
It's plein air, they can figure out where they wanna paint to paint the bridge. We're not gonna tell them where to paint it.
There is a few grass areas,
Yeah.
both coming
Well,
in
you have
either,
to.
either
you have some
direction.
Safety
Well,
red zone for people.
There is
to
a
cross.
sidewalk, there is a sidewalk on both sides,
Yes, there is.
on this side going towards the falls, there is grass areas on either side of the bridge there. And then if someone wanted to be on the bridge, they'd have to probably be cognizant of people walking,
Yeah,
maybe have to
but
change.
there are spots that people can select but I don't feel like it's our place to tell an artist where to sit or where to go.
Also, down by the entrance to the museum that's down there, there's a bunch
Yeah.
of area that you could, I think, find
True.
some interesting
Yeah.
angles. Like you wouldn't be
Oh.
perfectly perpendicular to it, but you could find some interesting angles from that area, I think.
Well, and even upstream, if you go on Meadowbrook and look towards the bridge, that's also. you
Yeah.
can-
Mill Pond, that Mill Pond
The
Road.
Mill Pond Road.
Yeah.
There's
There's a
parking
lot of
along there
spots
and
there
there's picnic areas along there that people.
that you can look at the bridge and see the whole bridge. And
So
it's
that
still the
might-
bridge.
That might be something when you're checking people in to converse with them and if they don't know the area or something.
Yeah.
As I know
We
you
could,
would.
if you'd like, I could go and do like. I could get some photographs from spots where people could paint from and we could just have them as ideas when they sign in, something like that, like. Something.
Yeah, I put a map together for the day of the event card,
And there's-
showing where the
The
bridges
three
are.
bridges,
Just
the two street bridges but not the railroad bridge, or?
the Meadowbrook. And then that one's called Snoqualmie Rails Bridge, isn't it? Rails Bridge?
I asked staff, they said Snoqualmie River Bridge.
River
That's
Bridge.
Snoqualmie River Bridge, and
And
then
that's Meadowbrook.
and then there's the railroad bridge.
We're not doing Railroad.
You're not doing the
We're
railroad.
doing Meadowbrook.
Mhm.
That's
Just to kind of within relatively if someone wanted to
so,
walk.
and we're
or-
gonna have main base in downtown.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I don't.
The start of the trail, the start of the.
Oh, I know,
It's like,
I know which
it's like
one.
100 feet from the
Yeah.
end of the Meadowbrook Bridge.
No,
That
we're
bridge.
not doing that one.
Okay.
We were doing more of the car bridges, I think, right?
Yeah, we're doing the Meadowbrook Bridge. That was the one I looked up.
That Meadowbrook Bridge too, it's.
That's the Twin Peaks Bridge.
It is the Twin Peaks Bridge and, you know, that, they're even talking about it tonight at council, that bridge needs to be repaired. I don't know how long that bridge will be around, so that might be kind of nice to have some plein air or someone
That'd be
chose to
pretty
do
cool.
that.
But did we answer your question?
Yeah, the reason I asked is, when I type the Google Maps, they direct to the Snoqualmie River Bridge in North Bend. So I that's why I want
Oh,
to
fair.
clarify which bridge.
That's interesting, huh?
So
That's-
it's a middle fork, the one that's the hiking trail to the I think it's in North Bend, one of the middle fork
Huh?
bridge, and that bridge looks beautiful too. But I
Yeah,
I
that's
just,
not the
yeah,
bridge.
maybe have to draw a map for the artists, and then so they have some suggestions so they know where.
I could put photographs of each bridge on the website
Well,
of that page.
Nicole and I will
Do you want to
take
do
a,
that?
yeah, maybe a couple photographs
Okay,
of
and-
that bridge and the
Yeah,
Meadowbrook
and I
Bridge.
can add them to the page, the
And just
website.
add them to the website. That's a
Okay.
great call out, thank you.
Yeah.
North Bend has all the best bridges.
Yeah, but apparently their names don't call me.
Yeah, well, the Snoqualmie River Bridge.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
that's-
No
that's-
problem. River.
But there might be multiple Snoqualmie River bridges, I
Yeah.
think that's what we're finding out.
Cause there's one that's, the head of the trail is a railroad bridge, and then also there's one when you get. Just to the border with North Bend, there's now it's just a pedestrian bridge, but it was a railroad bridge. That one's the prettiest view of the river that you can get, I think. But just out of our reach, okay. Also for the plein air paint up, we're gonna hang past plein air paint out
Yeah, I
winners
had that-
here
yeah,
in the
I had that
lobby.
on my list.
And though Ken may have already done it, I didn't look, but he's installing another set of rails for us downstairs. And then we're gonna put
Is
them.
it in the lobby?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
And yeah, it's the under the stairwell, the cool, the two angled walls that kind of face back.
Oh, we had taken some
Right
things
towards
down
the
from
lobby.
there. Oh, yeah.
But so he's he's the one that did the rails originally, and he has enough extra just laying around to do that. It was actually his idea, but I'm totally took him up on it. So those will be and then kind of mixed out throughout because Yiju's excellent artwork is here in City Hall, and most of her stuff is plein air stuff already, and so it'll all we'll just have a City Hall that's just beautifully full, and then I gotta talk to the clerk about that other wall.
Yeah, so I need to gather up throughout the building then the original pieces that we own.
Yeah, we can do,
Okay.
if you want a hand with that, we can do some math on like what the measurements are. I don't know
There are a variety of different
Yeah.
sizes. There's
Some are
very,
small, some are very small,
and some are very big.
Oh, yeah, cause
So-
you carted them
so
down
we
the
should do
pharmacy.
some, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should do
I
some-
wanted to
Yeah.
ask, so, yeah, that was on my list to ask of you, was the plein air art exhibit in City Hall. When do you intend to have those up?
That was gonna be by the end of this month.
End of
So
the
you have them for all
Okay.
of June and then July, and
That's perfect,
basically June and July.
because I think then you can tie into your advertising, there's the plein air artwork as well as the plein air event.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
That's very cool.
Anything else from plein air?
The artist card, have you sent to print that?
I
And then-
haven't yet.
Okay, it looked pretty good. Nicole, did you have any changes on the day of the event artist card?
I think I responded with just one email change, or was that the previous one?
No, you did, you're right, and we
Yeah.
have that fixed and I have the final draft, I just need to send it
Okay.
to the printers. But, so do you
Perfect.
want me to get those, when do you want those out, like at the gallery and?
Well,
Different
there's the
places?
postcard,
Mm-hmm,
and yeah, that would be great to get those out by the end of this month.
okay,
Oh, the gallery already have some of the small.
those
cop-
ones, I copied those those are of a different size, cause I didn't have the right one in the office for that event that you guys had. So it's a different card, so I'll replace the ones that I took there for that event and give you the right ones, not that those were wrong, they just weren't the right size.
Yeah, and then we'll need the artist cards for
Yes,
the day of
For
the
the day
event.
of, yeah,
And those don't really need until the end of July, but if you wanna just send them all to print at the same time.
Okay.
Be done with it. And then I was looking at my punch list and I think that's it. I mean, I have a few things that I need to build out on my computer. Oh, and then we need to get a judge, Nicole. We still
Yep,
need to.
I have a note. I have a note to do it.
But other than that, we're good. That's it. July 20th.
it's exciting.
Gonna hang prior plein air. They're really pretty,
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, it works really well with the schedule too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I guess, yeah, that's backward to me. Okay, anything else? So plein air paint out, we're good. You had the addition of the cards. Was there any other questions about plein air before we move on? Okay, art class at the library. I'm guessing that's you.
Hi, so we are getting ready to, the library still have a few of the things they have to wrap up with the instructor. But we have a date set, it will be September 22nd. For the first class will be senior painting class. Yeah, that's all I have.
Oh, that's fantastic though. That's an exciting part.
Mhm.
And the artist is Charlene, is that who it was?
Then start showering, yes.
And it's a senior painting class?
Yes, the
I love that.
class is watercolor for beginner,
Uh-huh.
but it's target for senior
Okay.
citizens, so it's 55 and up. And Jennifer write a really good proposal. They kind of said, oh, I think it's helping the kind of I don't know how to say it. My English, I can't say English.
You're saying Jennifer, the librarian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so did she
She had-
create like language to promote it in her flyer that you liked? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay,
Yes, also help the elderly, like some way to help the community. I don't know. I have to call out the agreement. That's the agreement you sign, and
yes,
she has the proposal, and she write it beautifully. Understands that the library try to promote and help the program together. So I think it will be successful, and it's on Sunday. So
I like that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is there a cost to the participants for like the supplies or do they bring their own supplies to it? Okay, so the supplies will be provided?
the Shari, we target 20 people participant, and
Uh-huh.
Shari's charge $8 for the material.
Okay,
She's been teaching a senior citizen class in Kent.
Mhm.
So she has many years, and she also has supplies add up. So we don't have to worry about buying the supply.
I was just curious, that sounds great.
and then
we'll
she'll submit her expenses and then we'll pay her back.
pay her back.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many, I mean, I live amongst a lot of seniors and a lot of them are lonely. I think this would be wonderful for them to have something to go do, meet new people. So I love it, especially targeting seniors.
Yeah, and so after this class, we may have some surveys sent out with the library. The library will send out some survey, and then we can evaluate. From the result, we can decide what the next class. So the next class probably won't happen maybe next year or something. But I'm hoping next year we will have 2 class for 2 class for winter and 2 class for fall. So it will be like shorter season. And just like sometime in September, November, and then sometime in January or February. So that's my target, but we will see.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and if you guys have idea, we can always generate some idea.
Well, maybe next year we do a senior plein air teaching class in the summer months.
Yeah.
just for them all to be ready for plein air or something.
Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
fun.
Like a
I
warm
mean,
up.
it could
Yeah,
be
a
just
spring
maybe in the Snoqualmie Ridge, like community park, but it's teaching seniors some plein air, like in the summertime, maybe next year. What do you think? I mean, we talked
No,
about that.
super good. Yeah. No, that's one of I'm reaching out to the Mount Si Senior Center for the Art Off the Rails to make sure that they get personally invited to. They'll
Put
probably,
that on your 2025 notes.
they'll mostly go to the North Van, but it'll be super cool. Cool. Yeah, thank you so much for not letting me qualify as a senior citizen quite yet. I get a little while left. All right, that's so good. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited. And then for number 6, Nicole, you say art gallery?
I meant the lobby hall, the lobby.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. just-
We have a talented.
I always
yeah.
leave you off, and so I added you this.
No, it's the hallways look spectacular, and a little birdie told me 2 paintings have sold off of the wall. They're still on the wall, they will be on the wall until the show is over, but the two have sold.
Nicely done, and then your reception is the 28th, right?
Yes.
Of May, okay,
2 weeks from tomorrow,
okay, that's
6 p.m.
exciting. Okay, that's exciting.
fantastic, yeah.
So art gallery is not the painting the piano.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up in other business. Word travels fast.
Oh, okay, alright.
Is there anything coming for the case?
They're supposed to be,
Okay,
I honestly,
focused on-
I drowned a little bit this last couple of weeks.
it's understandable. You're in that,
Had some,
yeah, you're doing some stuff.
life has been sent to hard mode this last month,
I
so,
understand.
yeah.
Cause I'll just plan to see Nicole, I would really love, we tried last year, the guy kind of dropped off. I'd love to get the glass pumpkin art guy into the
Yeah,
call.
no, and he's ignored 5 different emails from me over
Okay,
the last year,
well,
so.
Maybe we'll
But,
find another.
yeah, 'cause
glass art.
I've tried to get Ann Heidemann, I've tried to get him, but I do have a photographer that does work on reclaimed wood.
Oh.
Super pretty, so
Okay,
that's the next one up, but he had COVID and then I kind of forgot to follow up.
okay.
But
So, you brought up, something, this kind of happened last week, it's kind of Nicole's way of sprucing up downtown, as the community liaison and arts commission. The piano that sits outside Wild Hair, I feel needs a little life to it. And so I reached out to the gallery on Friday and I just said, anybody, and this lovely artist named Ashley, who apparently has space on the second floor above like the nail salon. She works with children and has these other pianos that she's painted in the past. So I'm connecting her with Natalie from the Wild Hair Vintage owner to see if the vibe is the same. And I think that will be kind of a nice little pop-up art thing and the local artists and the kids can paint and then it will activate it. So it just doesn't look, I kind of think it's a bit of an eyesore now. And if we make it look painty and cute, maybe it'll.
somebody stole all the black keys, I don't know if anybody, you guys realized that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
like
you can't
it's
even play it?
been, since it was, cause it was out before the sale, right? There were 2 pianos that they were free, take them. And then it's been out on the street and people have been coming up and playing it and people,
Yeah.
but it gets kind of progressively more vandalized. And so now all the black keys have been ripped off and it still plays, but it makes, as a music major, it breaks my heart. But
Well, I tried to get rid of a piano before in my life. It's difficult. People would give them away. So I'll let Natalie know if we want to have one that's actually got all the keys. Probably wouldn't be hard to find one.
yeah.
Find a free one and have that dropped off for people to paint. So yeah, that's in the works to do that. Make that a little spicy.
Right, cause we had, did you coordinate the piano that was in the gazebo? like,
Larry White
3
did
years
that.
ago?
And is that Larry White did that one, and I've seen it in stores, but that one's not a grand. Is that an upright? I
That's an
can't-
upright.
It's an upright. I could always bring that one.
It's
down.
not, this one's a console, that's the one that we were using as an upright. But yeah, so yeah, I was
Okay.
just wondering if you would.
No, yes, so that could be an option too. Okay. I'll make a note of that.
Right, so that started us down the path of other business, any other business?
I have 2 items.
Okay,
One is minor and administrative. Donna's name is not on our agenda today.
I
So-
know, it got messed up, Nicole, thank you.
That's okay. I heard you say it got messed up and I just,
And actually, the
checking in on
clerk
everyone.
the clerk just emailed me right now and said she fixed, it's in our computer system, so I said, can you go in and fix the master? So everything's in there right,
Aw,
so she said she didn't.
No
you
worries.
covered it at the beginning, Nicole, you would have known that if you weren't late.
Sorry.
No, good
And
call.
The other item is, Nicole, I think we were moving forward with the mural, but I noticed it's not on the agenda. So I was
Oh.
wondering,
The mural, the deadly mural.
Uh-oh.
It's not deadly, that's the wrong word. The contract has been sitting with the owner, the landlord of the building since February 14th. And I reached out to him twice and Joelle from Carousel has reached out to him and he's just not getting back to us, so. I'm gonna sync up with Joelle again this week. That's where it's at and it's very, very frustrating.
Which landlord is it?
His name is Ewing's,
Ewing's.
Ewing, we'll just
yeah.
leave it at that. So that's where that's at, Nicole. It hasn't died, but he's, the delay is certainly killing any, good weather painting that we might have on the horizon.
I can,
well, but that's, good update for everyone. So
Okay.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
If we wanted to practice, I've got a temporary building, big sheets of plywood and all burned out husk. I offered Kat to try a vertical chocolate block and
Good work.
they wouldn't let us through the fence.
That's right, Kat didn't put an update on chocolate block in here at all.
So she is, her and I had a sync up on it 2 weeks ago. She is, all systems go for the one for,
4th of July.
for Railroad Days for the pancake breakfast. Yeah, and then 4th of July is available. I don't think I got an answer from her on the 4th of July one, but I can follow up.
Yeah, I
And then we
thought-
talked about the semi-permanent, because of the parks, you guys had the conversation about the stub for King Street. You know, the possibility of King Street being a pedestrian area in the future. And so we were talking about strategies to use art off the rails as a test bed for some of that. And so, because there's a lot of really great ideas that we could do. And so chocolate block was one of those as well.
So just to let the group know, there's a proposal, it's actually going to council tonight to close King Street from Maple to 202. The hope is that it would be permanent for a safety, for 2 reasons, for safety for the railroad, but also activation, but they would probably, that would take an ordinance, so they might start with a temporary just to see summer. So that's what Steve's speaking about, is that's an opportunity when that's closed for different events, that could be, depending on what's in there. It's hard for kids to do chalk when there's a bunch of lines for food trucks, but there could be certain areas that could.
Yeah, but that area is so much longer, it's so much bigger than you think it is.
Exactly.
Like, it's so much bigger than because we could put the ice rink there, right? And still have time, room to do all those other things. So, yeah, we can, so it's gonna be fun.
But for Snoqualmie Days, well, the slide goes there, but anyhow, that, more to come on that area, yeah.
So, okay,
You
awesome.
were saying chocolate block for 4th?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know that chocolate block's been typically done during the 4th of July Railroad Days and then also during Center Boulevard's block
The
party.
block party.
Yeah. And we had talked about it last month, and because you had brought the proposal of tying it in with the church off the rails, Steve?
Church on the Ridge.
Yeah, church on the ridge,
So we said.
No.
right, and so we'll go forward with our own, but I forgot to add that into the conversation I had with.
So maybe
with Kat,
next-
So I will follow up with her.
Next month's agenda, we could have it as the first item.
Yeah.
Pat will be here.
Perfect,
Okay,
yeah, and I'll see her in, we overlap in a lot of.
Because I
meetings.
guess my next question would be, would it seem appropriate to have a chocolate block at Art Off the Rails?
Yeah, that's the expectation. That's what I'm saying is that, so we're thinking about it kind of as more holistically as using art off the rails as a test of some of these other things. And so chalk the block is definitely on the list for things that we'd like to do. But I have to go and do the math on the geometry on that as well. But the food trucks take up almost no space, honestly, so. And I've got a bunch of questions for you, Nicole. You were gonna send me a popcorn person. So.
oh, sorry,
Help us follow up.
the kettle corn person?
Kettle corn, yeah.
I will give that to you right now.
Cool. Other business, right, Nicole? That was, you covered your 2 things. Anything new, Yishu?
I won't
No.
be here for the June meetings.
Okay.
I'm out of town on business.
All right. We settled, do we have to entertain a motion to adjourn, or do we just adjourn? Can I just be a? Take it on that one. All right,
Does someone want to say adjourn? Motion?
Move to adjourn.
Okay, cool.
cool.
Adjourned.
I will accept it.